Alrighty, guys, thank you for your patience. Welcome on in. It is ATOX and the Huns for our upper bracket final, the IEM Dallas qualifier for Asia. Both these teams able to get themselves a win over their Chinese counterpart in the opening game. And now they'll have to deal with a domestic rivalry. One that we don't actually see happen all that often, but that does traditionally favor ATOX. And we'll see if that again will happen today as Zesta starts nicely on tonight.
Yeah, so far so good. Takes that opening pick out of Warehouse. Waterfall smoke coming out for Huns as they group up in towards lobby side. Little bit of outside pressure from Zeralt. Looking for this opening kill. MIQ with the dualies and armor on top of Hut's going to be difficult to deal with.
Yeah. Well, they have managed to at least get rid of Zesta. MIQ apparently is not going to be difficult to deal with. Dualies upgrade there for Veccil. And that is Huns straight into the site and a bomb plant down, to be sure. Dobu and Cabal do have some armor to play with, but apart from that, not a whole lot. The USP is going to have to get the work done. This is an almost impossible task for Dobu, but he is thriving, it would seem, in that situation. And meanwhile, Cabal trying to cause a bit of a ruckus on the backside will lose his life. So that'll probably be the round over, despite a decent start to the 4-on-2 for Dobu. And the Huns will win the pistol.
Yep, off to a good start on their map pick. If you're going to pick Nuke, you know that you have to start out T side, and if you don't start out strong, can be a little slower to get into the game. So, pistol 1. ATOX looking to maybe disrupt that. Second round forces are pretty popular on this map, and that's exactly what you're going to see. Scout comes out for Dobu. Cabal was thinking about what he wanted to buy, and he's opted for the Mag 7, so a little bit of shoddy action. Up in top side perhaps, or he's heading over to ramp room with it. And that looks like where Huns will be going at some point or another. Zesta just seeing if he can find an engagement inside the lobby. There's the peek from Zerol into the scout. Easy shot for Dobu. That's an opening pick that puts a lot of pressure on the Huns. Going to start filtering them into ramp room. Cabal getting mollied out of position. Forced back into Megaton.
He's still kicking around. He wants to have a crack here. This is very dangerous from Cabal, and it won't pay off. He took a risk. Bartak and Cobra Zera able to pull the numbers back in the favor of the Huns, despite Dobu's good start. And slow and steady will win the race, it seems, for the Huns, as they just pause for thought here on the ramp and decide we're not going to go into B.
Yeah, might go link up with 9. He's made his way in towards heaven. Doing a little bit of a money man approach with the Mac 10, just trying to find the gaps, find some info. And Mikey's got a good little armor though, so he's really kind of the main man to do some damage here for the CT side if possible. That CT duel going to be very important. Cobra takes a lot of damage inside of Radio, just clinging to life with the AK, and Huns taking the site now. But MIQ, oh, that was almost a good timing for him, but gets cleaned up by Veccil, so Huns should be chilling now.
Yeah, he just couldn't quite get off the ladder, could he? Needed to sort of spray a little earlier than he would have liked to have. But yeah, indeed, that'll be around for the Huns. Accuracy and Zesta saving what they can, which is not a whole lot, really.
Yeah, look to do a little bit more damage in the next round. MP9 kills the plus 600s are what you want to be looking for, but the only one who's going to get a plus 600 is 9, and that's another weapon hitting the deck. It's just the CZ and armor saved over from ATOX, so especially given the fact that 4 guns survive here for Huns. Oh, actually 3 guns. 9 goes down to the bomb, unfortunately. Couldn't quite make it deep enough into CT spawn. But that's still a good result against the Force. You're going to be happy with that as Huns. So continuing along nicely. Could definitely see this going to 3 and being close, to be honest. And in fact, I think this whole qualifier is going to be pretty close for a spot at Dallas.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about this series, at least as far as I'm concerned, is if Huns can win Nuke, I'm pretty confident still in ATOX on Inferno. You know, we obviously saw them look fantastic on that against Tyloo. I've seen it actually a couple times now, them at Extremes Land this year. Pretty much every game of Inferno I've seen them play, they've looked pretty damn good. So I'll back them to win that map, regardless of how this goes. I think really the big deciding factor is what happens here on Nuke. If the Huns can get themselves a dub, obviously that's then through to map 3, but still early days and haven't yet seen ATOX with a gun round on this CT side, so I'm not really ready to count my chickens before they hatch just yet. In saying that, Huns are looking pretty decent so far.
Yeah. Something else worth mentioning about this qualifier, which is the kind of context. Oh, hold on. Accuracy. It's going to be a freebie for him. Bomb dropped by Cobra. Oh, and Dobu finding Zeralt as well. This could be an eco win if the Huns don't play their cards right. 50 seconds on the clock. They need to get boots on the ground inside of the site, and uppers is going to be a difficult one unless they can shove their way through Annex, but you're really risking running into a crossfire there. MIQ cleaned out from top lobby. Cabal on a little pixel angle. This is getting very expensive.
Yeah, I wonder if he can find himself a gun somewhere. He's going to have a little bit of a look. The A bomb site. Huns are a little more interested in holding on to that AK, and Cabal has now seen them exit towards A. So he'll go back in that direction and end up losing his head. Dobu. Oh, he could actually deny the bomb plan here. That's crazy that he gets another one. Obviously, the trade comes through for Bartak, but still a very expensive round for the Huns.
For sure. Makes them way more resettable. These have been multiple rounds where they've lost 2+ guns. 4 guns in that round. So yeah, the ATOX CT gun round looking good. What I was going to say before is this is a qualifier where these Mongolian teams getting through the upper bracket. Even if you come second in this qualifier, you got a pretty good chance of getting to Dallas, because you got to win the BO3 against the visa office as well for a lot of these teams. So coming second in these kind of qualifiers is actually pretty huge sometimes. Although you could also just get like Valve ranking or world ranking invites sometimes as replacements.
I mean, even these games like PRS ranked, so important to be getting the dubs regardless.
Yeah.
Even if you're not going to qualify through. Not a great start to this round with Cabal having dropped ATOX. Actually, almost a 3v5 with MIQ being quite low. There's a 1-for-1. That's, again, not really going to trouble the Huns at the moment. That's a nice response from Bartak. First shot went through, but Bartak with the AK proves to be a little stronger.
Yeah, this is a really well played round for the Huns, actually. Got the opener down into lower. Cobra had control of the heaven side, and then Bartak on these lobby lurks has been fantastic. He's 8-0. Not really the player that I usually expect to be the pop-off player in these kind of Mongolian derbies, but he's having a fantastic one. MIQ all on his lonesome, 1-on-3. Knows that Bartak was in the area. He's right above him, but he's going to lose his life. Really nice round from Huns. Like I said, that entry in secret to start things off. Cobra finds space on outside. Bartak just picking these CTs on the rotation through lobby due to the pressure created early in the round. Like, literally couldn't have played it better. 9-0 for Bartak. Money's fantastic on the T side going into another anti-eco here.
Yeah, ATOX are going to half buy their way into this round, so some MP9s to work with, but MIQ not really able to continue his heroics from the game against Tyloo. Right now he's 0-5 after being the standout in that opening series for ATOX. If he goes missing tonight in this matchup, then that could spell a bit of a disaster for the second best Mongolian side.
Yeah, he was bailing them out of a lot of rough situations, to be honest.
Yep.
Totally agree. If he doesn't show up to this game, someone else is going to have to step up. Cabal, see if he can swag 7 value. Bartak's just been infallible so far this game. Always in the right position. There's the outside wall of smokes for Huns. Needing to deny that info and cross into secret.
Two players down in lower already. 3, in fact, actually, as Dobu will join them. This is going to be a hefty defense that the Huns will have to break. But no delaying util at all for ATOX, so I think it shouldn't be much of a problem for the Huns if they clear it methodically. Bar with the Mag 7. If he could open the account, that would be nice. But in fact, it's going to be Zesta for 2. And that is the info given to the Huns. However, Accuracy getting himself a kill now starts to cause a bit of a ruckus. That bomb has to rotate. They've got 14 seconds. The bomb's trapped on outer. 9 is desperate to get to the A side. Accuracy could win the round right here with a kill. He won't get it. In fact, he has won the round anyway. They will not get a plant. And somehow ATOX have gotten through that round. And they've got the win.
Yeah. I mean, they saw the outside wall of smokes. They know that Bartak's lurking in lobby, so they've already seen Huns in an anti-eco wrap onto outside. Just kind of a good read based on process of elimination with info around the map, as well as how teams generally anti-eco and how Huns Huns already did anti-eco previously, that ATOX just chooses to stack into lower with those when those outside wall of smokes go up. So really nice read and some great positioning. Nets ATOX around they didn't have much business winning. That puts a lot of pressure on the T-side economy now.
Yep.
To round 6, this is going to be a swing round for both teams.
Yeah,
and
really
Huns
big.
is going to once again trust themselves with a 1-4.
Job's not yet done though for ATOX. Got to win this round. Oh, and Dobu, he has not spotted Zeralt. So the cross into secret has been made. MIQ
Oh, bro.
caught napping, it would seem.
That's having a rough one.
Yeah, Dobu's going to get himself one, but that's just not enough. He actually needs to keep going for more, and he does find Cobra Zera, but has to still be aware there's going to be more lurking around. Bartak here in Squeaky. Hasn't been seen just yet. Dobu has crept all the way past him, though. He's a one-man army in this round right now.
Yeah. I mean, I said someone else had to step up. MIQ's 0-6. Dobu's the one to be doing the hard carrying right now. Up is called clear by Zeralt. Veccil will join him.
Quick
ATOX.
clearance on B, though.
Yeah, re-clearing B.
Zesta's
So
going to
Zesta's
get there.
getting active.
He might get there before the bomb plant goes down if it ends up going on A. He might get up to heaven. Ooh, this is an open plan as well from Veccil. Coverage is there in Annex, so it's all good. And he is going to be able to creep his way back into Hut. So no harm done for the Huns. But Molotov in the hands of Zesta, if that goes into Hut, maybe along with the grenade, then there could definitely be some problems. Zesta doing a good job of clearing the site out. Dobu waiting for info. Molly's instead going to go into Annex. There's a flash at the top of the vent. Zesta now tapping the defuse. That's just not going to work. Dobu needs the ace. Or perhaps he just needs to sit the defuse, which is exactly what he's going to do. He's going to win the round. Pilski, the peak's not coming through in time. Unreal round from Dobu. 4 kills and the defuse. He gets it for ATOX. It's another bloody expensive round, but a win's a win. And considering the position that Huns' money was in, you know, you'll just take that if you're ATOX.
Yeah, for sure. 2.4 for both teams. Both teams going to try to scrape together a buy with whatever they can. Money's a little bit better for the CT side, though. Down to a few pistols for Huns. A little bit more limited on the util, which with their pacing so far on the T side could be an issue for them, but instead it's just a one player on outside 9. He's going to look for duels, and he's going to find them. Maybe not with the player that he would have bargained for. In the meanwhile, the rest of Huns trying to break it in towards radio room. MIQ once again in position, but flashed off. So Huns with control of radio push things into a 4-on-4. But need to decide what else to do from here. They're kind of stuck in no man's land right now. Got to turn this ramp control into a post plant somehow.
Well, Dobu. He has been the man of the moment, and he might have to be that again. Sees 3, gets 2, and almost another one, but not able to recalibrate quite enough onto Cobra Zera. Still 2 for 1 there is fantastic work from Dobu. One plant will go down behind Silo. Accuracy somehow gets a lot of damage on it. Veccil and Zesta kills him. Unbelievable. Now it's onto Cobra Zera, and he was not aware of MIQ's position. So slowly but surely, these rounds are starting to get better for ATOX, and they are starting to come back into this CT side.
Their money's not built up yet though, and with that plant, you're going to see Huns probably just half buy. and try to keep doing damage to the CT economy. Maybe go for an uppers pop, something like that. Take some guns away. I don't think they're going to go for a Galil Force when 3 survived. It's probably not worth it. Well, you're going to take a tack timeout and discuss what they want to do. It's kind of a weird money position. You don't find yourself in too much. I think the correct play is the half buy and try to keep the money honest and open up another reset window in towards round number 9, if possible. Dobu's giving them a lot of issues in this game. It's really, I mean, we praise ATOX for like playing well as a team structure-wise, but a lot of these games that I've watched from them lately have very much felt like one or two players is tending to carry the team pretty hard. And yeah, there hasn't been a lot of consistency really.
Well, back into the swing of things. It is just going to be the Tech 9 armor round for the Huns. Early molly at Squeaky Door is going to prevent any kind of a rush for the Huns if they were thinking about it. Or maybe it's not. There's going to be a collapse. 9 has an AK in hand. He'll be dealt with, but still more players to get. And Zesta, he's holding strong, holding nicely. Needs help, gets it just in time from MIQ. It's another expensive round. But it is a round nonetheless.
Yeah, took 4 guns away. They're going to be very happy with that investment. But maybe could have won the round there, to be honest. When they cracked in with the double entry, I thought that they were going to be able to convert that. But it was a very fast flood from the CTs through heaven in response to the uppers pop, which it's not too uncommon. It is one of the more kind of popular things to do with the techie armor. Aggression on outside. Haven't seen this yet from ATOX. They're going to try to change things up, but does not know that Zerolt's made it past his scope. So again, MIQ, things just go to from bad to worse to him. Most of these rounds has had a tough time finding impact, really. After a stellar series in the opener, Zerolt he's going on a tear this round.
Yeah, this is looking like a bit of a nothing round for ATOX. I mean, you do still have a couple of players that are trying to hold on to B, but not necessarily sure that the Huns are going to head in that direction anyway. Cabal, it is a bit of a one and done position. He may be able to get 9 here, who's low on HP. Oh, just holds his trigger finger for a second there. So he will lose some HP, but at least gets a kill. A is completely undefended right now. Zesta more concerned with outer. But eventually he's going to have to turn his attention into the site. And he does nicely. Bartak's down. He's going to eat some damage off the grenade, but all of a sudden back to 3-on-3, but only for a short time as Dobu will fall. Now Cabal's going to have his turn, creeping in through Annex. Has not yet been spotted. He's actually been able to get quite a bit of space here. And has a molly as well, so I wonder what he's going to do with that one.
He's mollied himself, I think. Oh no, he's off the wall. Into CT vent.
Zesta's making a bit of noise on upper, and now Cabal trying to draw that distraction. Falling means he's probably lost the round for the team. So it is going to be the Huns to go up to 5, but they won't quite catch Zesta on the way out. 1 M4 remains.
Hell of a round from Zerolt. Super impactful to go on a bit of a tear there, because they opened up the CT economy so heavily with the Tech 9s in the round previous and capitalized almost straight away in the subsequent gun round. Could give them legs to actually go up 8-4 here potentially, but ATOX, having saved the M4 and ended up in a bit of a weird money situation, are going to try to go for a force here. MIQ's had a tough time with the AWP so far, but maybe with a rifle on outside could have a little bit of an easier one. He's going to have a lot of action.
Okay, well done. Decent start. Accuracy, though, having fallen. Does mean we're back to 4-on-4. It's on to MIQ here, and he is now stepping up. It's had a rough one, as we've mentioned, but 2 kills with that rifle on outer. And this round starts to look doable for ATOX.
Yeah. But 3-on-4s are very doable on the side of the T's. If you can find some of those gaps on the map. Can't hold everything on CT Nuke. Two-man aggression. ATOX staying active in the mid-round. Spotted out by Zerol. They know that he's on towards T-Red. He's going to molly off Secret. Keep himself safe. While the rest of Huns creep into uppers. Or maybe not. It's another great opener for Zerol. Goes and digs Cabal out of Secret side to create map pressure for the Huns to take advantage of.
He's disregarded MIQ though, and that will be a fatal mistake. So the Huns have been able to get themselves more or less into A. Dobu's going to see them, and he's going to get a nice timing on that as well. Gets a kill, spots out the second player, info's there. It should be around for ATOX, and it should be a cleanish one. 3 guns alive is exactly what they need to start to rebuild this CT economy. Trouble is, it's a little bit too little too late in the half for it to really matter. So this has just been an absolute grind on both sides. But the way we're headed, it's going to be a very, very close half.
Yeah, money's cooked for Huns after that. Both of these teams struggling to get through these rounds with a lot of guns up. Another tuck timeout for Huns. They're putting a premium on getting these rounds on the T side here. Need to ensure that they win their map pick because ATOX's Inferno is looking really scary. Could go for a hero AK on Bartak if they want. He is having a hell of a game to be picking it up. Might be a good way to go. But opting to just buy down to 2k. Can even go a little lower at 2.9 loss bonus and try to have a little bit more to bring into the next round. But they've already looked pretty competitive with the Tech 9s once. Like, definitely could have won that round previous with the uppers pop. So we'll see what they come up with this time after the tack timeout.
Accuracy. Going to have an easy job of dealing with 9 there, but he's in all sorts. Luckily, he's got Dobu covering him there on top of Hut. So this round, I mean, this is the round, honestly, that ATOX have been looking for all half. That might just be enough to get them the confidence to go 7-5. And frankly, if ATOX gets 7-5 in this half, that's a fantastic first half as far as I'm concerned. Considering the circumstances, they were down 0-4 or 0-3. Whatever it was, they've just been cooked economically speaking the entire half. So to get this one up to a scoreline like that is a very welcome position.
Yeah, good recovery. Zester's been stepping up a little. MIQ as well once he's been getting on the rifle instead of the AWP. Been a bit more impactful. Outside wall thrown by Veccil. Huns sitting in lobby for the most part. Looking maybe for a ramp room timing again. Cabal's sitting behind the... I thought he's behind the headshot box, but he's just going to drop the molly for safety by time. They may even try to fight ramp room from elbow side.
Another opener for MIQ. He's definitely turned his half around. Cabal hearing these footsteps. Oh, a little bit of a spray through the smoke would get Bartak. It does. He was so low. He's playing a dangerous game, and so is the rest of the Huns. Veccil's hiding inside this smoke. He's dead. 2 MIQs just locked in. He's up to 11-7. Who said this guy was 0-5?
Zerol's done his best there, flying up the vent, but ATOX, what a fantastic recovery. We'll see if they can keep that momentum going after the halftime break.
So second half underway, and this becomes a all-important pistol for the Huns. You know that we're going into Inferno next. There's been a fantastic map for ATOX lately. So I think Nuke is a very, very pivotal piece of the puzzle right here for the Huns. If they can't get this pistol over the line, ATOX might just run through them on their own map pick already. It starts actually a little better than expected for the Huns, as they do manage to trade back a second player. 3 on 4 here. 9 about to get run down over on the ramps position. But he's got dualies in hand, and he is locking it down. And the Huns, it seems they're not done quite yet.
No, they go 2 for 2 for pistols. Start these halves off in the right way and force ATOX to respond, which it'll take a little longer to do so when you're not able to get that plant down. Have to take a little bit of a slower road into the game. But those are the kind of rounds that we've been seeing from 9 a lot lately. Man has been absolutely dominant in the last couple of months. It's got like a 1.25 or a 1.3 rating at the moment. Really, really consistent performer for Huns.
Attack, waiting behind the smoke, could have a bit of a rude awakening here. ATOX are just going to send it. Zestar, how have you come away with a kill there? I don't know, but the Tech 9 is doing things. There's a pop flash here. Zerolt not going to be suffering at the hands of that one. Dobu and MIQ surely not just going to push through the smoke right here. Now, though, on the timing, ATOX will collapse together. That's a very nicely played round. Cobra, Zera, and 9 are wondering what has just happened, because that round should have been the Huns, and it's not.
Gonna have to go for the save. 9's at least got a little bit of extra cash, but the util is really what he wants to hold on to into the next round, especially if they force up. Only going to be the 1400 loss bonus, so you can't buy yourself an ult for 9. Probably just going to have to be a hero rifle. But yeah, immediate response from ATOX. Getting themselves into the lowers after plant. You know, a couple different little quicker strats you can run with the techies through ramp room or the uppers pops, vent drops, things like that. All of those kind of chaotic strats will be good to get you a round 2 win with the tech forces.
Well, let's see what the Huns are going to put together here. M4 and MP9, obviously, but it's just Bartak and Zerolt not really having a whole lot to play with. And, you know, you probably want to see at this stage Bartak with a little more than just the dualies. He's been the one to get the job done for the Huns so far today. Zerolt as well, I feel like has had a bit of impact, but ATOX certainly looking a little more well collected for this one. But even thereby, it's not looking too outrageous.
No, not really. Nothing to get too excited about. Outside wall of smokes with a little bit of pressure from Dobu. Going to prompt even a rotation and some smokes being cycled down and lower from the Huns. Dobu exploring secret a little. How will ATOX meet up with them? Veccil's got a pretty insane position deep in lobby here. Is he already back Squeaky? I think he's already made it to backside Squeaky.
Ooh, MIQ has managed to catch Zerolt. So, not the start that the Huns would have wanted, but a trade back, and now a bit of a contest over Squeaky. It's messy, but it is going to be the way of ATOX. Cabal and Accuracy finding a kill apiece, and this is starting to feel a bit like the beginning of the end for the Huns on Nuke. And we would posit with that probably the series as well, but early days yet, I suppose.
Yeah, getting outclassed a little bit. They've kept it close, but they, you know, they've only got 6 when they've won both pistols. ATOX winning some pretty key swing rounds. But Huns were up like 4-0 or something at one point, 5-0 maybe. So ATOX really kind of resurging in the latter parts of this half. Aggression on outside gets swatted away fairly easily there.
Fairly easily, I'd say very easily at that point, actually. The smokes have only just come in. The entire team's dead. The outer smoke. We got the outer smokes though.
You know, if every eco was like that, I'd be a happy chappy. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, poor old 9. Not going to be long for this world. That's double digits secured for ATOX. I mean, this is where the real job actually does begin for ATOX, because the Huns now are going to have guns, but have ATOX given themselves more than enough room to finish this map off the way it seems at the moment as it would feel to be the case. ATOX have generally been pretty good on their T side as well throughout the matches that we've seen so far. So no reason really to doubt them at the moment.
Slow one from ATOX. Could see the Huns even at 1 minute 40 have got a pretty significant util disadvantage. So in the longer, more drawn out rounds, ATOX can trust that they're going to have more util left over. MIQ's lurking his way through outside. Flash sets him up to try to wrap into ATOX, and the uppers hold looks like it's just crumbling apart. Double entry with the MP9. Bartak's trying to even things up, but gets caught by a nade, and it's all on 9.
Oh, he's got accuracy. Trade from Cabal. Awkward attempt, but he gets there in the end. And that's all that really matters. Did give 9 a chance for another shot across, but at the end of the day, ATOX wins the round. That's another sort of partial reset, I guess, for the Huns, where now they're facing a 6-11 scoreline. They've got a 3.4k loss bonus, but they don't have enough to buy this round. So you're probably just half buying here and giving up 12, more than likely.
See what they're going to be able to get done with it. You can tell that it's waiting for an opportunity to aggress into lobby. ATOX not really giving them very much of anything. That's a good opener from Zesta. In comes a lobby crunch, and the 5-7s are really connecting so far. That's a lot of guns dropped. This could be the swing round that gets Huns back in the game.
Yeah, Cabal was fighting for his life right there. Now Accuracy's scared about what could be happening on T-Roof. MIQ just kind of left to his own devices on outer. This now becomes a very difficult round to negotiate for ATOX. Luckily, they did have the bomb. So that is not something that they necessarily have to worry about, but just going to have to take lobby control, and they're going to walk through a smoke. That's not going to work out for them too nicely. A 1-for-1. That's definitely not enough. And now Accuracy. Free kill for Bartak. Messy one in the end for ATOX. How big of a mistake is that going to be? Is it going to be a costly one, or are we just going to be straight back into regularly scheduled programming when ATOX win this next round? We're about to find out.
ATOX with so much cash in the bank, though. Just going to keep stringing these gun rounds together. Orp's out for 9, though. That could be a bit more of a difference maker. He had to end up in a pretty accelerated after plant, trying to clutch there, and did his best. If he can get more involved in the early to mid round, then he could be a bit of a difference maker for Huns. MIQ trying to find the right timing across the secret here. And I think then ATOX will probably look for a ramps timing in the mid round to try to meet up with him. But Huns, it seems like, are leaning quite heavily towards that ramp side. No one in lowers for now. Actually, Zerolt's trying to catch him by just flanking him from warehouse side, and I think that's going to work.
Yep, it is. MIQ had no idea. So the full hit is now going to happen toward upper. Made into the smoke there from Accuracy, maybe going a little bit too deep, but fake more than anything. ATOX are going to go to look ramp, and that hasn't worked out for them either. So it's It's getting messy all over the place. Accuracy needed to win that duel to have any chance in the round, and he's unable to do so. The Huns are starting to make a response now on the CT side.
Yeah, that was an excellently read round. You could see they were looking for MIQ the entire time, blowing open the smoke, trying to stop him crossing secret side. Zeralt recognizes that there's not many footsteps on outside. There's a lot of map pressure elsewhere. So he can just flank that solo guy down secret and re-clear it. Gets a free kill doing that. And the rest of Huns were set up in a ramp setup like the whole round. So they knew ATOX was coming ramp at some point. They trusted the setup and it paid off in spades for them. Now a chance to reset the T-side money, and then this would be double digits for Huns and an incredibly close game. Really back and forth with streaks of rounds between both of these teams. Progression smokes coming out from ATOX. They've only got 2 more smokes. One will be thrown by Accuracy, and then Cabal to join up. A lot of HE nades here for Huns to blow these open. Perfect.
Starting to get a little bit concerning for ATOX. There won't be another nade into that smoke. Zeralt, though, spotted Accuracy out. It's starting to put the pieces together that ATOX are making their way through secret down to lower. They have not rotated anyone just yet. Bartak's still concerned about ramp.
It's because MIQ's been solo on the lurk before, like literally the round last. So they're reading this as a 1-4 when actually it's the whole team committed.
Well, Bartak could be in for a bit of a rude awakening right here. I can't imagine he gets more than one. He almost did. Did a pretty good job. Molly's going to go into right side and left side of Megaton, so bomb plant will be provided for ATOX at least. And Dobu, who is 20 and 12, is still alive, so there may still be a bit of a chance in this one for ATOX. Made there, not going to do too much. Cabal falling perhaps opens this round up a little bit for the Huns. Accuracy. He's going to need to get very lucky, or he's going to need Dobu to lock it down. Accuracy's got himself one, Dobu two! Out of absolutely nowhere. This round is now favoring ATOX, and Dobu might just get it done himself. He's dancing around, pistols out. It's a mess. There's a flash. There's everything but a round for the Huns, and it is going to go the way of ATOX. 12-8. Unfortunate indeed.
So you get your money broken, apparently. They throw a 2-on-4. Very unfortunate, because they were making a pretty big comeback into this game at Nuke. They were looking like the much more convincing team on the CT side. Cobra's down to a 5-7. Don't get me wrong, it's still doable. 5-7 MP9 can be made work. Orbs there for 9 still. Still hasn't had a great opportunity to put it to use. Oh, big contact on ramp side.
Ooh, okay. Game's not done yet. That is a pretty explosive round.
Yeah, ATOX is going for some kind of ramp rush. And they got hit by a lobby crunch. They wanted... Huns wanted to set up the AWP on the deep lobby line, and then they had another guy accompanying him, as well as one close hut. So ATOX just kind of ran into that. Those are some of those rounds where, like, it's really make or break, right? If you hit the entries on T side, you just win the round instantly. But if you lose the entries, you just lose instantly.
Yeah. Well, we go again. Does mean that ATOX is only going to have a few bites of the cherry and still not, 100% locked in that they're going to win this one. There's been some I would say pretty lucky rounds in this half. And that luck can change pretty quickly.
Accuracy just trying to save the AWP if he can. Sitting up on lobby roof. 3 in a row needed for Huns. And I believe they can get it. I think
Yeah.
OT is pretty likely here, the way they've been playing.
Yep. Yeah, I don't think it's unreasonable at all. But then again, you know, like you said, one cheeky entry here or there somewhere from ATOX. Round could just be over. And they have got exactly that kind of buy. Tech 9s, for the most part, accuracy obviously holding on to the orb. But it's a fast play into ramp, and let's test it. Veccil getting himself 2. Dobu, though, danger man, still alive. He gets a headshot onto 9, but it's not enough. And so once again, it is accuracy that is going to be left alone. Has at least got an orb, and will be able to retrieve the bomb pretty quickly, but he's going to have to get a wriggle on. 9 is behind him. Or Cobra Zera is, rather. The numbers are a little bit funky.
Yeah. I think it's because of the server issues we had earlier. There you go, 9. Gonna polish it off. 2 more needed. Money's broken for the T side, so there's going to at least be 1 anti-eco in there. 1 gun round away for Huns here. Oh, pushing us through into OT. And pushing us all the way to the brink of madness at 5 AM.
Well, I wait with bated breath to see how this round is going to go for ATOX. Zeralt is going to be okay, you would think, but Dobu strikes with the Tech 9. The rest of the team, however, not going to have too much success. MIQ retrieving an AK is not going to be enough. 11-12, and our prediction of overtime may well be on the cards. It all rests on the shoulders of this round from ATOX.
Can't reliably come up clutch every time. Dobu's on for a 30 bomb, but they've got to get some macro going around that. They're going to take their first tack timeout to try to win the game.
Yeah, fair enough, you know.
Yeah, it's a good shout. I mean, there's not really too much to read into for Huns, honestly. They've been changing things up quite a bit. Love to see Huns get aggressive again this round, to be honest. Chuck the AWP in radio. What's ATOX cooked up in this tack timeout? Already lining up the wall of smokes right off the bat. CT volley keeping them at bay for a few extra seconds. HE's blowing open multiple smokes, but not finding any targets.
Not yet. ATOX learning from those mistakes a little bit earlier on. There's no more nades. Oh, that was the last one. No more nades left, but 9 has still somehow spotted MIQ. Maybe it was just a timing shot. Maybe he caught a sliver. Either way, ATOX down a member. Zesta has gotten down the vent, though.
Yeah. Could be huge. I don't think the CTs will rotate down there, though. It's too risky. So, control of decon, windows, and vent is a great little setup to try to get themselves into a lowers after plan. Fartak is still harassing them from Megaton, and that is a beautiful shot straight through the flash. Further extending the advantage for Huns here.
Yeah, it's going to have to be a real clutch now for ATOX. They are going to get a pretty open plant, so that'll help, definitely. But a lot of work to be done by Cabal. He can only get himself a 1-for-1 by that vent position. Zeralt and Cobra Zera now down. Accuracy holding at the double doors. He's going to have to get 2. Zest is going to have to get 2. Zest is good for 1. Accuracy, another, but timing here favoring who? Zesta. He's got himself another. And now it is just Zeralt who's working against the clock. Zesta's on 2 HP. Bombs planted out in the open, but he's got an AWP. There's a smoke. Zesta spots him crossing. He's just going to have to sit that defuse. I don't think he smoked the bomb. I don't think he smoked the bomb. Oh, it's going to be ATOX to win the map. 13-11. The smoke didn't go deep enough, Pilski.
Oh my lord. I can't believe he didn't get caught in Megaton there.
I know,
His
2
1
HP.
HP and Zeralt was staring at him, mean mugging him, but could have finished his brekkie. Like, what the hell?
Huns are going to be not too shabby on Ancient, and if they are able to beat them on Inferno, I think that's going to be a massive tick in the book of the Huns. So, yeah, we just have to find out as we are getting underway with things here onto Inferno.
Yeah, hoping so. Sooner rather than later. Is an easier shot at qualifying for Dallas than some of the other tournaments that are going on at the moment, because there's no rare item. A couple of names missing from the hat that you would potentially be concerned about. So I think Huns being able to scrape win into the upper bracket, getting an advantage in the final, I'm assuming, would be pretty huge. Because I did not have Huns qualifying for an international event on my bingo card.
No, definitely not. Not with the names that they would have had to have gone up against, certainly. But certainly not impossible. So ATOX kicking things off on the T side here. Let's have a look at this pistol strat. It's going to be a waterfall out of carpets. Zesta to lead that charge. He's going to be booked. Veccil, nice double. That is fantastic. And Bartak gets himself fun as well. As soon as you see those first 2 kills like that from Veccil, you know the round's pretty much over. That has not worked out for ATOX, and that is just down to some sharp shooting from the Huns.
Yeah, those are not that easy of shots to be hitting with a USP. So, really, really nice stuff to start things off from Huns. Not terribly concerned about ATOX just yet, though. Like, Inferno's T side might be one of their best halves out of the map pool, really. Dobu seeing if he can get any exits, make this a little bit better for his bank account going forward. But he's going to get cleaned up. That's a very clean pistol from Huns. They swat away that waterfall very easily. Instant force buy from ATOX, though. It didn't even take a second to think about it. Straight onto the Texan armor. Which they had mixed success with in the last map, but they had a couple of rounds that they were pretty competitive with the Tekken armor. What's 9 going to go for here? He's been pretty greedy. Wow, he's just USPing. So that could be a problem against the round 2 force here.
Yep.
For sure.
He is over towards A, though. So he has got the backup of a couple of members. It is. Cobra Zero deep in banana. Zeralt's there as well, but MIQ walking his way through should set them up for success. Somehow Cobra Zero's got away with 3. Not as clean of a trade as ATOX would have needed.
Yeah, they just didn't clear him very well at all. That was pretty uncharacteristic from ATOX. I'm not going to lie, they were not expecting a player playing there up against the pistols. They're going to try to kick off this execute into the side. Molly stalling them for even longer inside of the smoke, picking off Zeralt's contact. Was 9, but he only had a USP to work with, and he wasn't really needed, all things considered. That's a very clean round from the bead defenders of Huns. Cobra for 3, and Zeralt cleans up the rest.
Yep, that is a start. Definitely. 2 rounds in a row, no bomb plant for ATOX. Money looking pretty dire. They're going to have to take a save. Perfect opportunity for the Huns to get rolling nicely in this second map, which is a must-win for them in this series.
Wow. Cobra is on a bit of a tear on this banana side of the map.
Mm-hmm.
And MIQ's slowed down quite substantially from earlier. I mean, he's playing pretty phenomenal. I'd say he's playing above his normal level in that series against Tyloo. ATOX not really getting anything done with the pistols. which is going to put Huns in a great spot to start off this game of Inferno. Should be a pretty nice buy to go into round number 4. Cobra's pretty actively hunting with this MP9. Trying to farm up some more cash.
Yes. It's been a thoroughly unsuccessful 3 rounds for ATOX. 1 kill. That's all they've managed.
Yeah. And that, you can see the effects of that on the bottom left side of your screen. There's a lot of green numbers there for the Huns. They have just not had guns taken out of their hands at all. And this first bonus is looking very dangerous. Like, this is a certifiable buy round from Huns.
Yeah, this is definitely a big one for ATOX that they want to get over the line. Otherwise, this is going to start to spiral. It'll be a pretty difficult half to recover if things continue in the fashion they have been.
Volleys exchanged on banana side. ATOX feeling like they want to go for this brackets timing through their own progression smoke. They have been re-smoked off though, but they will disrespect that and just go for the A-pop here.
Yeah, Bartak. Oh, he's up the creek without a paddle. MIQ though, gonna burn in that Molotov, and Bartak got a bink onto him. This is dire straits again for ATOX. Accuracy is going to be able to get himself 1 trade, but you need more here if you're ATOX. Veccil, I don't know if he spotted Zester out there or not. I think Zester certainly has seen him. Either way, patience not really being rewarded here for ATOX. They've just maybe switched off a little bit. Dobu now going to have to start to work. And 9 locked in on that boiler position. We'll get an easy kill. Another really quite lackluster round from ATOX. Nothing coming together for them. Accuracy has B, which is not exactly something to get excited about.
Yeah, it's probably a save angle from here. It's just too low to really be competitive in this round. Zerolt's actively hunting for him. This man has been feeling confident. But Zerolt and Cobra have been very difficult to deal with in Banana. He's sharp, man. He is feeling real sharp today. 4-0 for Huns. And look, I would love to make the excuse for ATOX that they played their way through a long series and they've had to grind a lot today, so it's not surprising they're running out of energy, but Huns have had to do the same thing.
Yeah. I guess the only thing you could say is that ATOX was playing even earlier. They played another series prior to the one that we watched, whereas Huns will actually have that series tomorrow. So Huns have had a little bit of a shorter day today than ATOX have. I think that is a fair point. However, I don't know that it's necessarily an excuse at this point. ATOX, they just have to lock in, right? Like, this is your map. You've looked fantastic on it. Yeah. No excuses.
That is definitely going to help them out. That's extremely questionable from 9. Just peeking through the top bracket smoke with an AWP anti-eco. It's pretty much like how to give the T-side an AWP 101, which is exactly what's happened. Zester's just posted up on that dig re-aggression line. Still a fair bit of util to work with here for ATOX as well. On this light buy, they're quite comfortable to just bleed the CTs dry and regroup back towards this A side of the map after putting a little bit of B pressure. Should be some nice chimney flashes here for accuracy for the A ending.
Yeah, Cabal ready to bust out carpets on the timing as well. Zesta will die to the grenade. That's going to soften this a little bit for the Huns. It might still be holdable. Veccil's looked good. Cobracera's got himself one as well, but he cannot do any more than that. And so that will at least finally mean a bomb plant for ATOX. That doesn't necessarily guarantee them the round here. Bartak and Zerolt have some thinking to do. Do they want to go for this?
Cabal hasn't been able to find a gun. Where'd the CT gun go?
I don't know. He hasn't got it. Accuracy has an M4, but he has no head armor. Gets a headshot onto Bartak, but he'll lose his own, and now it's on to Cabal. Surely not winnable from this position. He's just going to duck his head down as much as possible. Flash over the top. Oh, what? He's taken the peak. And he's got the AWP, he's got the round, and ATOX finally have won.
Yeah, I mean, that's another one of those rounds that they were winning on Nuke as well. This CT side kind of feeling like the Nuke CT side, where I felt like Huns were the much better team and ATOX are winning rounds that they don't really have much business winning. To be fair, they have lost that round due to 9 doing a pretty miscellaneous play top mid against the Pistols.
I guess that's the kind of thing that a team like ATOX will punish. MIQ's on a bit of a jog up banana. We're joined by Dobu, and they both now get to eat a grenade.
Yeah, delicious. Not something they had to worry about in the last series. They were dominating banana against Tyloo pretty easily. Pressure out carps from Zesta. We'll pull an extra rotate back towards A. ATOX biding their time. Cobra now knows he is cut off from Bartak. Or from Zerot, rather. For the time being, Zerot holding a coffin's flash for him.
Yeah, it's just util war in banana, isn't it?
Yeah. There's the brackets take. The T's feeling like they need to take something as they've been shut out of banana for now. Looks like it's going to be a B split through CT. Great reposition from 9. Deal with that.
Zesta wants to take the fight.
Oh, he's read that so well.
I think he might have heard 9 get clipped by that smoke. But 9 was ready for it. So now it really comes down to this B hit, how clean it will be. That's telegraphed somewhat by the smoke coming through there. Zerot's going to hide inside of it for the moment. Flashes through, 1 for 1. Dobu looking for another kill right here. Opens up that B bomb site. Plan to go down. 16 seconds. ATOX struggling. They have not found Cobra Zero. It's a 3-on-4. One of those 3, though, is not quite at this bomb site at the moment. Cabal's going to have to get his legs on. And to be fair, Veccil's also kind of waiting for a lurk around the backside of A. So it will be a delayed retake from the Huns. MIQ needs to hit this first shot. And then Dobu and Cabal will probably have to get the rest of the job done. No chance for MIQ there, and Dobu can only get himself 1, which means Cabal is the last man standing once again, and he cannot do it this time. The Huns are up to 5.
Yeah, lovely retake. Not opting to go for the double orb. That was really well read by 9. The reposition over on jungle side basically won them that round. Really nicely timed molly. If he gets stuck behind the progression smoke on jungle side from the T's, then it's a lot harder to hold that B split for the Huns. So that's really the key play of the round for me.
Again, 9 get aggressive into middle. This time, bit of damage, but no kill. Everyone walks away alive. MIQ getting nothing done at the top of Nana.
Yeah, Zerot and Cobra have been really tack-teaming banana super well this game.
This is starting to get a bit grim for ATOX.
They just start playing with that same spark when their T-sides are flowing really well, you know? 0-7 from MIQ, like it's just a night and day performance.
Well, someone else is going to have to step up and do that job. 3 players here to dislodge on the A side. Zesta is isolated by that molly, and 9 knows it.
9 is just picking them apart.
Yeah. Flash will blind him and force him off of the line. He actually can't quite get away in the smoke. I think he got stuck on the wall for a second there. So that's an inroad made. I need a little bit more. Dobu is into library. 3v2 on this bomb site at the moment as the rotate still has yet to come through, but Cabal oversteps. Accuracy will trade him. Now they've got to find Bartak, and they do. That can be a bomb plant. Dobu's tucked into graveyard, waiting for this push from Cobra Zera. His timing, good, but his shot's not. And that leaves Accuracy solo, encroached upon by that Molotov. Might have to pick the pace up here and take the fight to Zerot. He's getting flanked around from behind Cobra Zera to get the trade if necessary. It won't be. Another round for the Huns. Where, oh where has ATOX gone?
did some heroics again in the mid round to try to make that A hit work. It was going quite poorly for them until they cracked on into the site and actually hit a couple entries. But still wasn't good enough. Can't keep losing the important map control. And ATOX have been super slow to take tack timeouts as well. And to make adjustments. They didn't call one till literally the 24th round of Nuke. And it really feels like they need one right now.
MIQ. Time to activate. To take control of sandbags and once again will struggle.
Pivot back to A for ATOX. Zesta smoked out of Carps though. Alfangle up on top of Porch. Spacing is not even good enough. Veccil gets out without getting traded, able to take another duel. Takes a lot of HP away from Zesta. 9 alone on the site. No help. Rotation's too slow to come in, and again we end up in a 2-on-2. Thanks to ATOX cracking through on the entries.
Oh, no way. Accuracy just gets timed like that. Zesta now, his position is known. He's going to jump himself into pit just in time. Bartak's going to be wondering where has he gone, but there aren't too many places he could be. Bartak's surely got to be clearing pit right here. Not like that, though. That was... that was something. But it's a round for ATOX.
Yeah, it's another round where things were not going super well for them. But all of this pressure, there you go. This is the difference between these two teams. As soon as any pressure comes in for Huns, they're going to take a tactical timeout. Like, this is the thing for Huns. Like, I respect it, honestly. Because they've already beat Lin Vision. Like, I feel like if you can beat Lin Vision, you can potentially win this qualifier, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, I like the fact that they're taking this game pretty seriously. You know, they're taking some tack timeouts. They're making some adjustments. I feel like ATOX, you know, it's their third series of the day or whatever it is. They're probably getting pretty autopilot at this point.
True. Half is definitely still salvageable, though.
This buy is not great from Huns, so they've got to be pretty heads up about what they want to be doing in this gun round because the util is not great. That was unfortunate for the CTs. They've lost a lot of HP to MIQ. I love that they try to pincer him like that, and in fact, it is still kind of working despite losing Veccil. Cobra burnt alive in the corner, nowhere to go. And another player trying to hunt down accuracy. This is just chaos. I love the attempt for Huns, though. Given the util and the buy that they brought into this round, the aggression was a super nice idea. Just unfortunately doesn't end up translating into anything.
Yeah, and this is the swing point, though. ATOX getting this round. Going to break that CT economy. Bartak and Zarol able to save their guns. Sure, that will help, but we are now at the point where maybe the tables will start to turn and it goes from being incredibly difficult every round for ATOX to get something to at least now starting to feel like a bit more of an even conversation. It's kind of the same thing that we talked about on Nuke, where it felt very tough for ATOX at the start, but they were able to get through the majority of that first half, give themselves at least enough. They held on in the end.
Yeah, they were pretty slow to start on Nuke. You're right. But it definitely feels like they've gotten rolling now. 4 surviving as well is going to be great for them to try to see what they can get done in these last couple of rounds. For Huns, it's going to have to be a single save around the rifles that they have taken through from the last round. Even their buy in the next round is not going to be great in terms of util, probably. Unless they want to go down to MP9 and stuff.
Righto. This should be the freebie for ATOX. Get at least 4. going to take Banana pretty quick smart. Might just end up being a B hit here. There's not really much presence towards A at all. It's just going to be Zesta keeping an eye on things with that entry from Dobu.
What a
They'll
shot.
continue their way forward.
He peeked on the totem pole and still got one tapped. I don't know if Dobu's crosshair was like ready for that or it was so instant. That was either an incredibly nice reaction or he's seen them do that before. It's not an easy shot to hit like a vertical flick like that.
Especially with a rifle. As opposed to something like an AWP. But 4th round for ATOX. Still doesn't really change the narrative all that much. I think for the rest of this half, really, ATOX are just like, okay, we need to get every single round here. Every round matters.
Yeah. Weapon saved over. Huns trying to min-max the economy wherever possible. One more at the end from Veccil. But can't recover the weapon. Zesta's got a Mac 10 by choice, which indicates there might be a little bit of pace to this round. He's going towards second mid though. So that could be a bit of a Carbs waterfall, something like that. ATOX have conditioned that top mid smoke multiple times, and once again, it's going to be the Huns going through it. This time they're punished, and they're punished on Banana. MIQ's finally got an entry on Banana.
He's doing 10.
11 rounds when he was getting it in literally every round. I mean, this is a bit more like it. He was doing that every round against Tyloo earlier.
Yep. Well, that'll be enough for ATOX to say, we're going to get 5. However, if they want to lock in 6, they might start to think about hunting these guns down. I mean, 1 round left to go in the half. You've got 6.6 on Cabal, 6.8 on accuracy. You're going to go for the hunt here.
It's definitely worth. You want to take every gun away from the CT side, and you can already see that MIQ is keeping them pinned in Banana at a minimum.
Cabal's just going to chill on A. In case there was any funny business happening. We saw that already in the Tyloo game.
Ninja defuse.
Tyloo versus Rare Atom. Ninja defuse. But not going to happen this time around. Can they hold on to their guns? Veccil's going to have a difficult time of it. He's completely white. And Zesta
Oh my lord.
makes short work of him. That'll be the end of Cobra's era as well. So no rifles going through. Bartak and Zerolt, the only 2 players that have got enough to really put together a great bite.
Warp's going to come out for 9. In 9 we trust. But outside of that, yeah, the buy's lacking a little bit of spice, for sure. Only 1 kid on Veccil as well. And he's usually been the pit anchor, so not really the player you want with the kit in most of these situations. Cobra ready with a flash after 9 takes the first shot. Try to set up Zerolt for a little bit of impact from sandbags.
Well, this looks like a nice take so far, but smoke in onto Zerolt's position. We'll actually get him out. I don't know if he's going to get out alive. He's surviving for the moment. He's done really well to get a kill there. ATOX have just paused. It's a massive battle for Banana. There's players everywhere. But in the end, the Huns are going to hold on to it.
Yeah, it felt like Zerolt was cooked there, but I don't know how he got away with so much. Zesta, though, activating on the lurk. He's usually been in Carpet side, but he's going to be able to slip in towards CT. You can see Huns are aware of that, though. They've got Zerolt, 9 rather, watching the wrap in through CT. It's clever from ATOX. Moto smoke to try to give an opportunity, especially with Dobo pulling aggro from Dig side there.
So what a clip here.
Not too much to do.
Oh, maybe not. Oh, maybe not. The MP9 is going crazy. Accuracy now has to deal with a 2-on-1. He's going to get the bomb plant down. Where's he going to go, though? Oh, spotted out straight away by 9, so he's not going to be going anywhere. Very, very nice from Veccil. Just keeping his head ducked down long enough that they kind of didn't consider him at mini pit. Either way, that'll be the end of the half. It was a decent resurgence from ATOX, but is it enough to win the map? We'll find out when we come back from the halftime break. Either way, very much a 50-50 map at the moment. Pistol round, though, will tell us a lot. Got 4 players set up over towards B from ATOX.
Yeah, big B setup. Zessa was on the jump spot second mid. Didn't see a single soul, so ATOX going to trust it.
MIQ instantly deleted by Veccil. The grenade, though, is a good one, and that may turn Huns away. Dobu looking for early info, gets it, but no kill. Unfortunate for that ATOX lads. They really need something, and they need it quickly because the Huns are closing that gap, and we know what that means. Glocks in hand. It's going to be a problem now for ATOX. Dobu can't find the head. Veccil has been on point in this pistol. And it just seems like ATOX are not hitting their shots at the moment. Not with these USPs. Accuracy begs to differ, but he is now alone. And if the Huns convert this pistol, which you imagine that they will, then it is going to be very bad news indeed for ATOX. That's a nice couple of kills. Hang on a minute.
Ace.
This would be a miracle from accuracy. He spotted him going out towards Banana. Needs to hit the head and won't. Veccil saves the day for the Huns. ATOX, they are not being given the lifeline this time around.
Not quite. multi-frag from accuracy could allow him to drop a hero rifle here if he wants, though. 16 and 6 from Veccil. Hell of a game from him. Wasn't even that long ago that he was like not even really a standout on one of the like underrated like Mongolian teams. But honestly, in Huns, he's really come into his own, this man. Rifles already hit the deck. Cobra's on a bit of a tear once again. This time on the other side, it's once again Cobra and Zerol dominating Banana. CT or T side, it don't matter.
Yeah, don't really know what's overcome ATOX, but they are struggling in this game against the Huns. Even that game of Nuke, I mean, they really got by the skin of their teeth, and I'm beginning to wonder whether or not they'll be able to do that here on Inferno, or if we're destined to go to a map 3. I do feel as though Ancient is calling. But I don't know, this is the kind of round where I can see some shenanigans happening. Zester's sort of poking around in apartments. Kamal's got himself and then a Galil. 40 seconds left on the clock here. Time could still become a problem for the Huns if that 5-7 comes into play. Zester's obviously got no idea. But, you know, let 1 or 2 pass. Not quite going to happen. His timing not quite on there. And so the Huns will win the round.
Well, seeing what he can scavenge in towards Banana. Probably just going to save the Galil in towards the next round. Drop a 5-7 over. He's picked up a few extra grenades, but without a kit when he's being so far out of position. It's just not going to come together. So Huns saving over 3 rifles, including an M4 that they picked up from ATOX. Not a bad result. And looking good to push us through to a third here. As mentioned, Huns were confident enough to pick Inferno up against Lin Vision. And I think if you're going that direction with the veto, you're probably pretty comfortable playing Inferno against anyone in Asia.
Well, it is gonna have to turn around pretty quick smart for ATOX. Shouldn't be this round. But this will be a hefty comeback if they're going to make it. Slow approach to start this round off for the Huns. Veccil has been given the duty of, well, doing really whatever he wants. He's 17 and 6.
Cheeky. Picking up over the top of the molly. It's an early kill for ATOX. They've got a lot of smokes as well. 2 smokes on that B site. Cabal's headed over there as well. He gets the first contact with the Galil over on the A side of the map and then rotates B. Expecting Huns to respect the fact that the rifle's over there. I'd be correct about that.
Yep. Nade into the smoke. It's going to blow it not very well. There will be a re-smoke as well from ATOX over towards B. We're starting to burn through some of that CT util, but then again, so are Huns. They don't have a whole lot to play with here. Just a smoke, a couple of flashes, and a nade.
Yeah, top mid smoke thrown out there. ATOX still looking to disrupt.
Zester's still got a smoke on A. Rotation
Yeah,
coming back from Dobu.
There's the smoke into balcony. 25 seconds here.
It's just
Dobu's
pistols,
rotating
though.
in.
It's just pistols. I don't think it's going to be enough. I mean, accuracy's got a USP. It'll probably have to be Zesta here. It's Dobu and accuracy only have USPs. And accuracy's gone down straight away. I mean, can he deny the bomb plant? That's the only thing. Can he get a timing here to deny the bomb plant? Not quite the angle. He'll get the freebie onto 1, but he actually could have maybe denied the plant there. if he would have swung a little bit further out. Hard to know in the moment, though. Took the kill that he could find, and unfortunately that was not enough for ATOX. So a lot of little intricacies in that round that don't quite go the way of ATOX. Good effort from them, to be fair, but not quite enough. That's a nice shot from Cabal. But he doesn't have a defuse kit, so this is not really a winnable round.
He just wants to keep it expensive. The Galil goes down. He's not too worried about it. 10-5 for Huns. Only a few rounds away from evening up the series. Up to ATOX to start to put the work in now. All on T side for 9. Same for ATOX. Oh no, he sells it. So Hunt's going to stick to the rifles here.
Okay, big round here for ATOX. Can't be letting this one slip, and already it's looking dangerous with Zeralt in that position inside the smoke. I can see Dobu and MIQ both dying right here. Nades flying past their head. They're going to back out. Still have not heard Zeralt. They are not expecting him this close at all. Dobu set up behind the sandbags, unable to win his duel. MIQ at least gets the trade. Flash in. MIQ is now stuck. He needs assistance. He's going to get it from Cabal, and he's escaped. In the meanwhile, a big creep out on carpets. Accuracy under pressure now. Sees the player in Boiler, misses the shot. That might just be the map over.
Yeah. Oh, the active lurk play from Huns is perfect. Like, they're just reading the rotations so well. The carpets walk was perfect. Creep up and B pressure from Zeralt was great as well. And Huns will once again break ATOX's money here. See if Cabal can even save this M4. Cobra's quite actively hunting for him. Good reaction from Cabal. But almost caught picking up the AK. Don't think he's long for this world.
Where's Veccil? Is he going to make it? Oh, he is. Cabal might have been safer just staying behind the half wall there, but either way, seemed probably pretty doomed. Just like this map. How has this day gone so long? This is unreal. I'm looking at the time and I'm like, is that real? And it is real.
Yeah. I couldn't tell you, mate. I honestly couldn't tell you. I feel like Asia doesn't usually go this late.
No, it doesn't.
I think the latest finish I've had on Asia lately is like 2:30.
Beat that by a bit.
It is a force here for ATOX. It's really an all or nothing approach from them. Down to MP9s. Light util with the Famises. Little bit of a skirmish over Banana once again. One that MIQ just is struggling to win for some reason. Oh, it's a combination of Huns playing fantastic and a little bit of good fortune.
Ooh, well, yeah. That was, to be fair, I guess what ATOX had in the first map, you know, they had that fortune in a couple of instances. Now it's only fair that the Huns are going to get it.
I don't even feel like they played fantastic, though.
No, but they did get fortune. I think it's fair to say.
I'm pretty comfortable with Huns winning this series, to be honest. They've been the much better team today. And I'd argue that they beat a more difficult team as well in the opening game.
Yeah. Well, 5-12. Pretty grim from ATOX on what is supposed to be their best map.
Yeah. You know what's funny about Huns?
Hmm.
They were struggling to win something for so long, and we were saying, like, how is that possible? Like, surely you just pick up... There's so many good Mongolian players. Just pick up some Mongolian riflers. And funnily enough, that's kind of what's winning them the game right now. Zerol and Veccil have been fantastic additions here.
Mm.
Really starting to come into some form, these blokes.
Yeah, I wonder how Ancient's going to go. Right now, it might be Huns. Cabal, easy kill, easy pickings for Zerol, who's really just waiting for him. It's the beginning of the end, perhaps.
Big A stack coming out. Huns aren't committed to anything yet, though. They're waiting out this half-wall smoke, quite happy to pivot back to B if they need to. That's why ATOX is going to go pushing on Bracket's side, it looked like. They need info. And they're punished for it.
There's another one from Veccil. So, Huns have pretty much got everything that they could possibly want in this round. They've more or less got brackets, or at least they've got ATOX scared away from brackets. They have top banana as well, though Cobrazera does go down for his troubles, and this will be a double swing, which doesn't quite go to plan. They've lined up for Zesta. Maybe it's not done yet. The flash probably was unnecessary, honestly. They just needed to swing together and get that job done, but Zesta has come up with a huge round at a very important time to keep ATOX alive in the map.
ATOX have been benefiting from hero plays like that for most of this series so far. But I don't know if that's going to be enough. 6 in a row is a bit of a stretch with the relative form of these two teams so far.
Mm-hmm. Cobrazera Tech 9 only, but still a pretty decent buy from the Huns, so this is going to take some defending from ATOX. Early presence towards brackets from both sides. ATOX have been pushed away. Huns have yet to explore.
It's taking their time moving through the map. Accuracy not pushed off the dig line yet. Announces his presence. Flashed off well by Huns. MIQ ready to flash ATOX into banana.
Go boot.
Beautiful.
Nice kill. Cabal, another one. Where was this from ATOX earlier?
Just pulled the flash play at the perfect timing. Huns could still turn this around. Couple entries into A. And a smoke on Moto. Could be good enough here. But the longer they take, the closer the rotations come in from ATOX. There's the Moto smoke coming out. Nice entry from 9. Little bit of impact on the side. Accuracy just won't die. And the longer he lives, the closer that Cabal gets on this rotation.
Well, that grenade will surely get him, if not the headshot, apparently. 2v1 though, 14 seconds. I don't think he's going to be able to get it done here with just the timing being a factor, but has to try and take this fight under porch. He's got it. He can get the plant, but he strafed to the right, and that opened it up for Dobu.
Money's broken for Huns on T side now. Got to take a single save. Gonna buy themselves some HEs. See if they can get a little nade stack going. Opening pick somewhere.
ATOX killed Cobrazera. That's not ideal. Alright. Suddenly, the scoreline is not looking maybe as threatening as it did a little earlier. It's obviously still a bit of a ways to go here for ATOX, but 8-12. it's starting to get into the realms of possibility.
Yeah, 4 rounds in a row is very doable. This is a very comfortable map for them. They just need to lock in. Util's not great on the T side either, to be honest.
Double nade. Not really going to cause too much of a problem for ATOX. No Brazera though. He is. Now it's on to Dobu, who's going to be good for 1, but there's just too many players for him to deal with. The Huns not going to pick the pace up all that much though. They're not going straight into B. Accuracy's going to be able to pick it up.
ATOX pushed out of position. ATOX just util dumping to keep the teams at arm's length right now. And the Huns are not really in a rush to be going anywhere too quickly. Veccil can still reopen back up this A site. And indeed, Huns are going to join up with him up towards this top mid smoke. Cabal's trying to rotate over. Accuracy is re-cleared B, so they can be pretty confident it's A now.
Is there going to be enough to defend it with, though? Zesta has to 100% get this first. Probably the second as well, and he does. Cabal's there as well. Hang on a minute. Cabal's won it. 9 now for ATOX. They get one step closer. That self-belief has got to be starting. And money, again, a problem for the Huns.
Just more and more heroics from ATOX. Not checking the cold box, just running the clock down too much. Another attack timeout for Huns. Do not want to let this one slip through their fingers. It's been a while. I mean, there was a long while where the core of this Huns team was not even competitive enough to make it into a closed qualifier usually. Let alone look like they're good enough to win it. So I like the fact, like I said, that they're taking this one pretty seriously.
Yep.
Like, good chance to go to an international event. They seem like they're in pretty good form right now.
Yeah, you got to take it when it comes, right? Like we look back at Art of War, for example, at the end of last year, they had this nice little purple patch where they got close in a couple of international events and didn't quite manage to get it over the line. And you wonder now, are they ever going to get to go back to that level? So for a team like the Huns, got to be taking every opportunity. This one is going to be a tough one. The util usage was just way too good from ATOX. That is going to be a clean sweep. Again, great round from ATOX, you know, building the money up, but it doesn't matter. Does not matter. It's just about winning rounds right now. And here's going to be another real test. The Huns have got another buy. Slapping
that Tech 9 buy is going to give them a lot of confidence as well. But ATOX is changing things up now. Accuracy and MIQ double AWPing. And I rate that for MIQ in particular. Like, he's been having a tough time in Banana. So pulling the AWP out could be pretty good. They can move into a bit more of a passive setup.
Well, straight through the smoke at the bottom of Nana, but there's a lot of util in the way. And so the Huns are not going to be going through that into the molly and the nade. Wisely. In saying that, though, it does allow MIQ to set up. Tobu's kind of floating around at sandbags for the moment. Veccil making a bit of noise at apartments. That won't necessarily be heard by ATOX.
Well, they heard the AWP at B. MIQ's been pushed off the line. They don't know it's a double yet.
This is an interesting call from ATOX.
Yeah, they're really trusting the AWP on that side of the map. It looks like there was a util juggle from Accuracy to refresh Dobu's util over at jungle side. And he hasn't made it back to B in time.
Yeah, here comes the smoke in. Counter smoke out from ATOX. It's not going to stop the Huns from pushing their way through. MIQ, he needs more than he's likely to get here. He's got a lot of time that he needs to buy. There is the rotation starting to come through. He's changed up his position. Accuracy was the first rotator with the AWP. That's not ideal at all. And MIQ's gone down. This is the straw that breaks the camel's back. The Huns are going to do it. They're going to push it through to map 3. There's nothing that Zesta can really do about it. A 1v4, it feels an impossibility. And that's because it probably is. ATOX just have not given themselves quite enough room in this map. That first half probably needed to get the 6-6 instead of the 7-5. They started this half poorly. And that is not enough. 13-10. The Huns get this one over the line and move us over to Ancient.
Yeah, push us through to a third map. I think probably they could have got this one done in 2, realistically. So I'm feeling pretty confident about their prospects heading into Ancient. They're looking in great form. I mean, back-to-back, pistols become really deadly. Everyone's playing a little sloppy. Can get some ridiculous clutches in very messy fashion. So really, we're kind of at the anything can happen period of the night.
And it's the Huns to start on the T side.
So yeah, ATOX is going to opt to start CT first. I had the choice.
All right, off we go. No util at all for the Huns, apart from one decoy grenade. 5 sets of armor.
It's a brute force Veccil. Straight up the guts into Red Room. Not messing around at all. Good rotations for ATOX though. They're all here and ready to fight.
It is a bit of a shooting gallery, isn't it? They're kind of like fish in a barrel. Huns have slowed things down for sure. MIQ scared off of shelf at least. 1 for 1. I don't suppose Huns are going to be too mad about.
Slowing down in the 4-on-4 here. This flank could drop the bomb. That could be disastrous here for Huns. If you do see Zesta take that timing. The minimap numbers are confusing me a little bit right now.
Yeah, 2-on-3. Veccil and Cobra could still be able to get this one done. You do have that extra player rotating over towards B just to shore up those defenses. Accuracy here. Nice shot from him. He was good on the last pistol. And he's backed up now by Dobu. Doesn't look like they're shying away from this fight all that much. And Veccil, he doesn't really have many options. He's got to go towards B here. That is where the bomb is dropped. So no real sense messing around. Just got to get stuck in. 20 seconds left. Won't get past accuracy. So 1-0 the score, and for the first time in a while, it feels like ATOX have actually won a pistol.
Yeah. And that's what I was saying about starting like CT. Although I do feel like it wasn't a sleepy CT pistol from them. Like they were pretty switched on about that. Like Huns just run straight up through the middle of the map. It's a bit of a misc strat with the just 5 sets of Glocks and armor. But ATOX's response to that was really clean. The rotations were on point. Nice little reactive smoke. Huns is just going to try to run up here with the flashes, it looks like, on the B timing after the molly.
Tentative approach, really, from the Huns. Getting a bit scared by those M4s. Don't blame them. Ryan still holding on to a couple of flashes, waiting for him to decide to toss those. Now they're starting to go over the top, and Dobu is going to be caught by one, accuracy by the other. It's not going to cause too much of a concern, though, for ATOX, and 9, thankfully, will let that one end pretty quickly.
It's a great start for ATOX. MP9's getting a lot of kills there. Going to help their cash. MIQ's gone straight for the AWP in round number 3 here. Which is going to be a great choice, because if you look at Huns' spy right now, they have been very stubborn. No one's gone down to Galil's, and they have 0 flashes in this round. So that's going to make it quite hard to break the mid-hold. That's going to make it quite hard to peek the AWP. They're just going straight towards A. Dobu's over there with an MP9.
So, well, just not quite going to be able to get out past that Molotov, and Dobu has been pretty cheeky playing up against the wall there. Anti-flash wasn't quite spotted out. The nade will open the smoke, and he actually somehow gets away with one. That didn't seem like a fair fight for him, but Dobu will take that. 9 cleaning up accuracy. Has now taken Red Room.
Yeah, MyQ can hear that though. Seems like he was posted up and ready, but doesn't hit the shot. And Huns are just cutting sound for now, letting ATOX be concerned about the flank. Cabal's staying active in the meanwhile. They're just taking their time trying to flush Zester out of position, and indeed they do. They isolate him. They pick him off. They know that the AWP was around here somewhere. And they're looking to try to sandwich him. It's great movement from MIQ to keep himself alive, and Cabal is closing in on this flank slowly but surely, but he hasn't got his teammate alive anymore.
Cabal did get Bartak, but yeah, as you say, now what was a 1v3 into a 1v2, still quite a difficult task for him with just the MP9 in tow. He's going to be able to upgrade to an AK. Got 22 bullets in that one. And we'll clear out Zeralt. Time of the essence, to be fair. He's got a little bit to play with here. Taps that defuse. Not going to be aware of 9 coming around from long. And so Molotov over the top. That'll give away the position of the remaining T, but it's too little too late for Cabal. So he'll just get out of there. Cut his losses. Take the AWP into the next round.
I'm interested to see what ATOX do in this round. Money's a bit all over the place. But with only one gun coming through for Huns, it's a pretty big swing round. And ATOX is going to go for it. 3 rifles and an MP9. AWP still there. So very important round to set the tone for H in here for both teams. Huns looking to break that mid-hold. They now have the flashes to do so. Respecting the first wave of CT utility for now. Accuracy going to drop himself a smoke and have a little bit of a peek out. Cheetah does confirm that the T's have taken middle. Smoke off Donut as well. Oh, what a shot from Cabal. Thought it was going to be MIQ to get the opener with the AWP, but it's great stuff from Cabal. And Dobu's got Red Room in check as well.
Rough one now for the Huns, but Cobra Zera will give them an opportunity. It is just accuracy now holding on to B. MP9, good, almost for 2. Cobra Zera survives on 4 HP still. Damage being done elsewhere. Zester gets 1. Dobu setup will be deleted by Bartak. Oh, and Bartak coming up with the goods with the Galil. Leaves MIQ, who, by the way, has no head armor. The molly's not going to spread far enough onto Cobra Zera. USP timing was awkward there for MIQ. I don't think he wins the round now. He doesn't have a defuse kit. He's got one now, but has it taken him just a little bit too much time there? I mean, both the Huns players now off the site in a nice post plant. Got a flash there in the hands of Cobra Zera, and he's just going to completely eat the flash. He's going to sit the defuse. It's just not going to happen. Not going to happen. Cobra Zera gets it done for the Huns. They're up to 2, equalizing that score.
Break that CT money. ATOX going to take a tack timeout very early on in this game. Haven't really seen them do that too much. Really trying to summon the fight to push themselves into this grand final. Because it's been a long day. And you want to just take this dub right here as ATOX. You do not want to have to get knocked into the lower bracket to play Tyloo or LVG in a do or die match. You want to just make sure that you get yourself that grand final seeding and give yourself the 100% maximum amount of chance to try to beat one of the Chinese powerhouses. Get a chance to kick back and just watch them play, rather than having to play a long day like today and then just having to take them on straight away tomorrow.
What's ATOX up to here? A little bit of a push down the ramp. Cabal's making noise. Zeralt will be calming that. Not a whole lot happening around the map. A little bit of a push now into Red Room off the back of that flash. It's Veccil. But this is a very passive default setup from the Huns, waiting for any push from ATOX. They did, to an extent, get it. Zeralt has found himself a timing up onto ramp, and Veccil with the Galil has plenty of bullets to deal with that re-aggression into Red Room. Just accuracy, who's now been spotted out. An easy and clean one for the T side.
Yeah, Huns building up a lot of cash. Should give them a nice little runway on this T side. Leading 3-2 now. No AWP out for ATOX anymore. ATOX looking to fight for mid control. Huns working that B side of the map a little bit more this time though. It's a lane dive from accuracy. Dobu trying to dive down mid, only goes 1-for-1 with 9. Huns off of all of that mid pressure. They realize that the B side is weak, so you can see Zeralt really trying to gun for that entry.
It's worked out nicely. He's at least provided enough space, and then the trades come through for Cobra Zera. Gets 2 for it. Bomb plant down pretty quick smart as well. And the Huns are confident. Those swings show you exactly that. Another economy break onto ATOX, who don't have really enough to full buy into this round.
They read that really well as well. Like, they recognize just how much util is being thrown into middle. 9, the communication is perfect there. Because you could see, like, it's not always enough to just calm the numbers in middle. Like, he's clearly saying, like, there's, like, they're diving mid. Like, this is the strat, this is the numbers committed to it. You need to speed up B. And that's exactly what Huns did. They had a great read what the CTs were doing. Zeralt just continues to deliver. I think, you know, him and Cobra have been fantastic today, impact-wise. Veccil was great on Inferno as well.
Yeah, that's for sure.
This is looking like a really well-rounded team. I mean, Bartak even had a great game on Nuke as well. Like, honestly, everyone's kind of had their moments in this series for the Huns.
Could this be the Huns that we have been looking for the better part of 18 months?
They just took 2 years to get going, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Slow start. It's all right.
The rise of Mongolian CS is at hand.
I just had to get rid of that score guy. That guy's washed.
Well, funny you should say that, because he's now in Eruption, and all the Mongolians that watch the show keep saying this this Eruption team's really good. I haven't actually gotten to watch them play just yet, but yeah, I mean, if that's true, the Huns are also popping off, then could be a pretty interesting year in the old Mongolia.
Yeah, I mean, the meta stream's popping off right now. Let's see what they're working with. Oh, they're back at 2.5. They were at like 3.5 earlier for this series.
It's getting a bit late, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. But like, I can only imagine what those guys are saying on the cast right now, you know? All the Chinese teams are in the lower bracket. Feeling good all over in Ulaanbaatar right now.
Yep. What's the weather like over there? Probably pretty cold. Oh, yeah. Just a casual minus 25.
Oh, I didn't have to deal with that.
That's unreal.
No wonder they're so cold in the server, bro.
Well, 9 has got himself another opener, and the way things are going, this is starting to look a bit like a foregone conclusion. ATOX looking rather toothless so far on Ancient. They were a little bit spotty on Inferno. The day is getting long.
Yes, they're still going to pick one back. Takes most of his HP though. There's the B pop up through the smoke. Nice trade from Bartak. Keeping things competitive. 2 of these CTs barely clinging to life, but still trying to make plays. Finally punished for it by Cobra.
That's the problem, isn't it? You've got 2 players that are on like 3 HP. So even if you've got 3 guys alive, that is really not a lot to work with. And the Huns in the end will make it look like another easy round. Zest is going to try to hold on to this AWP. Drops himself a molly to get some space. In fact, he's going to re-aggress. I don't think that Zeralt was really expecting that one, but the result will be the same anyway. Another gun round goes the way of the Huns, and it will be another half buy at best, really. for ATOX. MIQ wanted to force into it, but attack timeouts come through. So they'll have a conversation.
He's kind of gone missing again. 15 ADR. Like he was phenomenal against Tyler. Like if I for some reason, you know, a commentator would never do this, but if I just watched that first series and then left and had someone else sub in for me,
no one would do that. No way.
I would be telling you MIQ is the best player in Mongolia right now.
True. You'd be saying replace Senzu with MIQ.
That's it.
Broken wrist, get him off the team.
Yeah. Another half by for ATOX. That's their second attack timer. Oh my god, Zesta is surfing his way through middle. He is the meaning of speed. But it's a hands-off approach from Huns. They're not interested in any of that mid-crunch. And once again, they're just going to respond to the pressure. I was going to say by speeding up B, but they thought it was a better idea to molly themselves, which... Look, each to their own. The meta's different over here in Asia. Hold him.
Hold him. Nothing going right for ATOX. Nothing going wrong for the Huns.
Chuck 9 on the Mongolian cricket team.
It's a pretty straight shooter at the moment. And they're just going to drop Zeroltov at Cave. Leave him up to his own devices, and the rest of the lads are going to push their way over toward A. Bartak makes short work of Zesta and looks to pick the pace up. MIQ.
Okay.
Not interested, but Zerolt's on the quick flank.
He's read that. Beautiful from MIQ. Positionally perfect. Accuracy's got an AWP now. Oh, that's a very low player in Cobra. Needs to be careful. Ops posted up inside a donut. Cobra cannot get this bomb down. They're just getting crunched inside of the site. 20 seconds for Cobra to complete this clutch, and you just can't do it.
Wow.
Half buy is successful for ATOX after taking the attack timeout. This could give them a new lease on life to scrape their way back into this half. They've had to do it every single half today against the Huns. Started slow in all three of them. The first halves, that is.
Big offensive into middle from ATOX. Doesn't look like it's going to work out. There's a flash through, but Zesta avoiding that one quite nicely. A little too telegraphed, and it was not a great flash, honestly, from Bartak. Bartak, though, getting himself the trade.
Manages to peg one back at least. Huns still set up inside of Shelf. Bartak's got to make sure he can pick up the bomb if they want to turn this Shelf control into something. They're still concerned about CTs being aggressive over on Cheetah's side and inside of the smoke. So they're going to really take their time with this one. MIQ just playing retake A with the ult. Dobu's on mid-spotting duty. Accuracy and Cabal clinging to nothing but a few grenades to try to hold on to B, but Dobu's on his way over with a couple more.
Danger Man, Zerolt still hanging around. Flash comes through. It's a little bit too little too late. Zerolt doesn't have anyone else to help him out in Cave, though, and that'll be a problem. The Huns now trying to force their way up ramp. They will quickly reroute into Cave. Molly, particularly in the toes of Dobu. Where's the Huns going to go?
Yeah, MIQ's here with a Molly, though. If they go back to A, they're going to get timed out here. They're just not sure what to do. They're so indecisive. Cobra's hanging around. He's trying to call them back, but look at this off angle from Dobu. That is so clean. What a reposition. He doesn't hear any of the footsteps thundering up middle. It could be so easy to overheat and just run into Shelf and throw your life away there. But Dobu, I think, really shows his experience there.
Yeah, pressure getting to the Huns, though. You could see. It's exactly what you said. They're indecisive. were half committed to A, then they turned back, then they turned back to A, and then they turned back to B, and by that stage it was too late.
Yeah. Tack timeout for Huns. Both of these teams really going all out. And I don't blame them. Like, it is... It's pretty rare to overcome the Chinese teams in these kind of East Asia qualifiers, you know? I mean, this is just the Asia qualifier. And all of the best teams just happen to be East Asian these days. But, yeah, you don't get many opportunities to try to get one over a Lin Vision or a Tai Lu. So you can see both teams really want that spot in the grand final. But also, I think, Huns with a bit of a point to prove, really. ATOX have kind of been the best of the rest in Mongolia for quite a while now. Even though there's a lot of talent going around. I'm sure there's a lot of teams that would love to beat them.
Three-two split from ATOX, nothing in middle. But it is going to pay dividends if this ends up being a B hit. Tapping, tapping, tapping onto Zeralt, who's down to 46 HP. Lucky to be alive right now. Here comes the util. It's an explosion from the Huns, and Dobu's just got nowhere to go, but somehow he's going to get away with 2! Almost even getting 3, sets it up nicely for accuracy. He should never have gotten that much. He could feel the pressure. The Molotov at his feet, more than one. Not enough to stop him. And it's now just Zeralt, who in all of that hasn't actually taken any damage. He was 46 off of the spam through the wood wall earlier. He's not going to win the round though, and ATOX are starting to make their comeback. They are now going towards that 6-6 scoreline.
It's insane heroics from some of the vets here. Yeah, 2 players almost go 100 to 0 in the molly. Cabal does, and then Dobu goes to 20 from the flash molly combo on the B exec there. So really, the exec works from Huns. I think if their entry pathing was a little better, like they blew open the smoke or had some flashes that were scaled with a little bit better, then that probably would have been a dub. But it's just absolute heroics from Dobu. Again, like insane shots being hit in that position when he's under that much pressure. It's the mid-crutch though. Zesta losing the duel. Bartak, great opener. Dobu almost dies on the mid-room, the red room spam, and accuracy's gone down somewhere else in the meanwhile. I can't even catch where that is. Just too much happening at once. Great pick from Dobu to even up the numbers though. Gets juggled the orb. What can't this man do? He's bloody everywhere right now.
Yeah, this is a real mess. Zeralt, he should get MIQ for free. He just needs to be given the time to do it in. Certainly the Huns have the time to wait. MIQ's watching. He seems to just know.
He tucked himself in the corner of red room. I think it was kind of accidental. Oh, another dink from Bartak. Keeps it competitive, but what a recovery. 4 in a row for ATOX to close out the half.
Okie dokie, second half underway, and the scoreline 6-6, so it really doesn't tell us a whole lot about which way this is going to end up going. The pistol may start to give us an indication. I would have lent towards the Huns, but ATOX made quite a nice comeback.
Yeah, Veccil's on his own over here. Just spotting out the pixel line. Pushed off by the molly. A lot of util coming in. Oh, perfect crosshair placement. Just tap one of the ATOX players down through the smoke and to give Huns the man advantage. And they've got a lot of util to be retaking with. Double flash up over the top. Smoke defuse kit to try to flood onto the tap. See if ATOX can defend it.
Veccil has been a danger man. ATOX going to deal with that one pretty quick smart. MIQ not able to really come online so far. Brought back down to heal. Time is definitely a factor. There's a smoke on that. Defuse 9 looks to be okay. Dobu's run out of bullets. The defuse comes through. Kills are there from Cabal, but too little too late. Pistol round goes the way of the Huns.
Enough to invest in AK armor though. So definitely going to be a competitive round 2 for ATOX. After getting the plant down and a handful of kills. 3 Galils and an AK, that's a lot of firepower. And not a lot of utility. Huns on SMGs and armor, so firepower-wise, a weaker buy from Huns. See if they can leverage this util. It's not going to help that they're mollying themselves off on B site 5 seconds into the round. Didn't hit that bottom ramp molly, but they're still going to take the control over there. There's the mid-take from Huns. Cabal on a really active lurk. He just wants to try to walk out A and take a fight here. Or was it Zesta? It was Zesta. Sorry, the numbers are all cooked right now on the mini-map.
Just early half tings. It'll get fixed at some point. Zesta will lose his life to Veccil. So that's A, somewhat defended. And you've got a bit of a forward hold here on B, which is potentially going to be quite necessary. Zerolt, well, he won't really be able to help Coprazera out. It's nice work from accuracy. Good flash. What a flash from 9. Gets himself 2. Obviously quickly traded in. Cabal planting the bombs. Zerolt's definitely having a bit of a look. Trying to find that angle. The flash over the top was a good one, but Dobu maybe just far enough away that it didn't last for very long. So that leaves Veccil solo, and ATOX will bite right back. 7-7 the score now.
Just simple stuff, but it needed to be. They didn't have the util to run some elaborate strat. It's a very aggressive play out A to just draw a lot of aggro from Zesta. Gets the opening pick over there. Probably could have been good for more, to be honest. And then the rest of ATOX dealing with that forward B hold that Hunt set up with the utility at the start of the round pretty nicely, and just trading down until they had the man advantage. In the clutch, pistols come out for Huns. It's a force buy. 9 caught completely off guard. It's great util for ATOX to be able to isolate him. 1 for 1 as the B ramp crunch comes in through Cheetah as well. Things are going a little better for Huns. They pick up a couple of rifles, but they're completely out of position now.
Yeah, 3-on-3. And you definitely want to be in ATOX's shoes. Cabal is in just such a premium position here, particularly if he gets the assistance of another player. MIQ not actually interested. And so in the end, he will get cleared. That's pretty wise from the Huns. It is going to cost them some time, however. And Smoke keeping them at bay for the moment. They'll toss their own into Donut. It's a very deep smoke, though. And MIQ, as of yet, uncontested. Zesta's holding on to a molly. That's going to go in. Well, defuse inside that smoke, and it doesn't seem like ATOX are aware of it. Yes. Oh, they are apparently just aware enough, and they'll get themselves another. They now take the lead.
They break Huns' money. They're doing it on the T side again here. Locking in when it's needed most. No one performing poorly, really, on either team. Like, it feels like both of these teams are going for broke right now in this last map. Having a very competitive qualifier. Honestly, a couple of years ago, you would have never guessed you'd get this competitive of an Asia qualifier.
This
We're
has
really
been tight.
living in a bit of a different era right now.
Yeah, I think tomorrow's going to be a really close one as well. I have to imagine. Regardless of what matchup configurations we end up getting, although it's... I mean, it's looking like Tyloo will be eliminated by Lim Vision, so... Got that information at least. Accuracy and Dobu doing God's work through those smokes. Going to be followed up with 1 or 2 from Cabal, Zester, and Accuracy. Everyone gets involved. Except MIQ. Bad luck, mate.
Didn't get any premium eco kills for him. Unfortunate. Two Mac 10s being held over by ATOX here. See what they're going to do with them. Playing a slower round, so might be looking for mid-round timing somewhere. Huns take mid-control. Once again, Zerol looking to dive out shelf side. Out of that smoke. Doesn't go well for him. Accuracy's just taking names in middle right now. The Huns are left reeling. Man disadvantage. Cobra wants to get active to try to rectify that. Inside a cheater. 9 as well, looking for something in red room, but ATOX are giving them absolutely nothing right now.
Yeah, Accuracy's going to be very patient behind those boxes at the bottom of mid. Knows that he's low, doesn't want to be giving up much. 9's going to spam away. But inevitably, Accuracy should be allowed to leave safely. He's crept his way up onto shelf, so you'd think it might end up being a B finish here. Losing Dobu, though, will cause a bit of a ruckus. Cobra Zera has been spotted. Can't get anything done. Faster progression into the B site. Smoke for long, smoke for short. Flash in there as well. Accuracy. With a tap into the smoke to see if he can catch anyone there. And 9 very nearly does get caught. The nade actually will get him. Bomb plank going down. Bartak got 1. We're still in with a chance right now. Cabal in all sorts of trouble, but the Molotov that MIQ got off before he died will save the day. It's a game of inches, but ATOX are winning it.
Especially on the T side, that's a little of an easier pill to swallow with the start that they've had to this half. Ever since they won the second round of the half, they have just been rolling along very nicely. Another anti-eco for them. Not much purchase in here for Huns. 9 in particular, really looking to try to get that orb going before this game is over. ATOX just waiting out that initial wave of util. There's not much left over behind it for the CTs. Cobra just sitting on the 1 reactive smoke in case a B play does come out.
Steady approach, really, from ATOX here. Wanting to cross the T's, dot the I's, make sure all that util is used. But haven't actually committed to the site yet.
Yeah, they go 1 for 1 inside a cave, expecting the CTs to respect it and rotate off. Which, for the most part, they were. Cobra's got his hands on an AK now. Bartak trying to scramble back into A as that smoke lands. Into Veccil, they need to be concerned about, though, in this boost position.
MIQ, easy one onto Bartak, but Veccil, different story. Maybe not. 9 also falling, and clean from ATOX.
Yeah, they
get to 11.
Cleared all of that perfectly. Their money's looking really good to close this game out. 9's got the orb. Huns have everything they need to win themselves a CT gun round here. No more excuses. They've got to get rolling. Did get slowed down quite substantially from losing that second round. But they've got to pick themselves back up, or they're going to have to face one of these Chinese teams in the lower bracket. And especially if that's Lin Vision. That's a scary prospect. Great opener from Zesta. Things go bad to worse for Huns. Got to make something happen in this 4-on-5 or they are going to be out of this Dallas qual despite playing like a much better team than ATOX the first 2 maps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in saying that, though, you really have to give the credit to ATOX, I think, if they do get through this series, because this has been, honestly, probably the longest day of Counter-Strike I've seen any team play, actually.
They're all really locked in. Things even back up into a 4-on-4, though. Zeralt lost in Cave. It's going to make this a bit of a complicated round. Oh, my God. They just keep crunching together. Doesn't feel like there's anything Huns can do in some of these situations. They're just getting pinched from multiple directions. Yep. Another dink. Those are all such low Ts, but they're not converted kills for Huns. It's just so impressive to see ATOX this late in the day just coordinate together so well. Just crunch these sites from multiple angles and all peak together.
Yeah, that might be the death sentence for the Huns. They don't really have the money to properly buy into this one, so just a couple of rifles, one of which is a FAMAS, rounded out by the MP9s. Definitely leaves a bit to be desired, and this is really it for ATOX. You know, you just got to get it locked in here. The day will be over. The day will be done. This is the best chance, really, that you're going to get. And the Huns are going to make it difficult for them. Cobra Zera down the ramp, jumping. Zeralt there as well. It's a 2-for-2. Accuracy will lose his life, and there's a smoke, which means MIQ cannot trade. Of course, it's not going to be easy for ATOX. They will have to go another.
Yeah, the Huns just do what you do when things get tough in Asian CS, and they just send it. Hyper aggro on the defensive side. And ATOX choose to meet them. I mean, I have to respect them for the confidence, but at the same time, you've got much better util and a much better buy. I think there's a lot of positives to slowing things down and just letting the CTs waste their util early round. Taking a bit more of a nuanced approach. Fortunately, they don't opt for that. Ends up backfiring a little bit. It's given Huns a much better buy in this round, which Veccil is leveraging well to open things up. Easy trade for Dobu, though. Once again, it's 4-on-4. That is psycho from Veccil. What a beautiful flick from MIQ, though. It's just chaotic. I mean, this is what you get when you get this late in the day after so many maps.
Yep. It's a big kill, though, from Accuracy. He gets Cobra Zero. That cleans up the B site, and very quickly he's going to be calling for that rotate across from Cabal. Made into the smoke from both sides, actually. Accuracy just... Oi, there goes a Molotov. I've seen that a few times. Nine's going to go straight through the molly on short. That will have definitely been heard. They're aware that he's going to be in cave. Accuracy catching Veccil, and this is doomed. There's nothing that Nine can do. He's got 14 HP. That was a wishful thinking kind of a shot, and that map is done, which means the series is over in the favor of ATOX. Their marathon of a day is done, Pilski. In fact, a marathon wouldn't even take that long. A marathon might take 6 or 7 hours, and they've been playing for about 14 or 15